Suppose your typical day starts off like this. You wake up before class starts, go to the campus training facility, and get a lift or a conditioning session in. Next, you go to class, then around 3 p.m. or 4 p.m., you go to practice for about 2 to 3 hours. After practice, you watch film or meet to discuss play strategy. And you are not finished yet because you still have homework to do, or study for some test or other academic requirement. This is how college athletes spend most of their days in the on or off season. Being a college student athlete is a full-time job in itself. College athletes work many hours just to stay on course. At the same time, coaches, athletic directors, and directors get paid very well. Why not athletes? College athletes should be paid for all the time they spend in their athletic programs. It should reflect the income that they help their school make through ticket sales, sponsorship rights, and the sale of broadcast rights. College athletics is a big business, especially in the big revenue sports like football and basketball. According to the U.S. News, the college sports industry generates over $11 billion in annual revenue. 50 colleges report annual revenues to exceed $50 million, and 5 college reports annual revenues that exceeded $100 million. Over the years, there has been a lot of discussion about paying college athletes, and as you can imagine, much controversy. College athletes put their bodies on the line and sometimes their lives in college games to deserve the benefit from the money they bring into the school. You can ask, aren't scholarships enough? But scholarships are different at each college. Some athletes receive very little scholarships, and some receive nothing. Mark Edelman, U.S. News cites evidence that 85% of the college athletes on scholarship live below the poverty line. According to Ben Cohen's Wall Street Journal article, even athletes at Division I schools that receive full scholarships lack an average of $3,200 per year in educational expenses. This same article that the NCAA continues to forbid athletes from taking anything from supporters beyond the benefits of their scholarship. This no pay policy is based on the belief that amateurism is a sacred status that ensures the competitive equity and sanctity of college sports, states Ben Cohen. The NCAA forbids colleges from paying their athletes by hiding behind the amateurism idea to protect the concentration of money in the hands of administration and coaches. The highest paid public employees in 40 of the 50 states universities is the head football and basketball coach, according to the article by Edelman in the U.S. News. The protection of college sports from corruption using the amateur argument doesn't have much truth. Since under-the-table violations occur frequently, and as corruption has grown, there has been a call for change. Most proposals for change are for a free market solution, or you get paid for what you produce. The argument that athletes with scholarships already get paid misses the point. In a recent article, Schwartz and Raster state that we need to focus on how much to pay athletes. Pay by scholarship allows 300 plus independent schools to conspire and agree on the maximum pay athletes can receive. Meanwhile, the rest of the Americans work in free market and earn based on what they produce. Under the free market system, athletes would still get the benefits they now get: a chance at a good education, good facilities, good coaching, and exposure to pro leagues. Schools would be free to offer contracts to athletes, and athletes could hire agents to negotiate. Schools could offer whatever their revenues would reasonably allow. Also, schools would be free to still use scholarship programs they feel are appropriate. One significant benefit would be the freedom for athletes to negotiate long-term contracts, which would ensure better students' finances and likely raise graduation rates. Schools with smaller programs and smaller sports revenue would not be able to offer as much, or scholarship rewards to athletes and might be forced by the market to find new ways to increase revenues to remain competitive. But under the free market system, players should be allowed to get endorsement deals with private sports clothing producers, car dealers, and do autograph signing for pay. Even at small schools like Shepherd's, some players could improve their income situation through local endorsement deals. In conclusion, I don't believe most of you would want your salaries set by a secret agreement between employer and the companies. This is what happens to college athletes, and it's unfair and probably illegal. What needs to be done is to get an advocacy group like the National College Player Association to coordinate a petition drive on all campuses that participate in college athletics to promote a change in the way we pay college athletes. This group can also make sure the appropriate leaders are included and the nationwide petitions are completed and brought to the attention of the appropriate authorities. I propose we get a petition drive started at Shepherd and contact this national organization to support it and take it to the next level.